Hello everyone. It is Saturday, October the 14th, around 10:20 a.m. I'm actually back in the exact same spot that I was last week. I again parked at Black Balsam Knob Rd at the Art Loeb Trail and Mountains to Sea Trail crossing, but instead I'm heading west on those two trails. As I said in my last video, I didn't get to peak bag Chestnut Bald, which is a 6,000 footer on the challenge list. And so I set out to do that today as part of two hikes that I plan on doing. As you can probably see through the trees, much better weather. It was supposed to be foggy this morning and mostly sunny in the afternoon, but the forecast is better than, or it looks like it's better than the forecast. There was a nice inversion cloud layer driving up on the Blue Ridge Parkway, and currently I'm above the clouds and it's all sunny. So I think those low-lying clouds are going to burn off and it's going to be a beautiful day. And I think everyone in Asheville and Hendersonville noticed also, because it was slammed at Graveyard Fields and the parking for the Art Loeb Trail. Way worse than last week. And I got here about an hour earlier. So I imagine I won't have much narration on this hike. Because of that, it's going to be really crowded after I do this somewhat isolated peak bag. I'm going to circle around to Sam Knob and hit that again, something I did in February. It's going to be beautiful views up there, and go around to the parking lot and do a quick jaunt up to Black Balsam Knob and back down to my car. So it should be around 7.5 miles, give or take. And from there, I'm going to do my second hike, which I'll get to, and that'll be much more isolated than this. But I'm currently almost to Silvermine Bald, and there's some cliff views there, and then I'm going to do a quick bushwhack to Chestnut Bald, and then drop down the Flat Laurel Creek onto Sam Knob. So I'll see you guys at the views in a bit. Here at the cliffs of Silvermine Bald, right beside the Art Loeb and Mountains to Sea Trail junction. This is one of quite a few cliff overlooks along this stretch of the trail. This is probably the best one. I just bagged Silvermine Bald a few minutes ago, which is just above the 5960 contour. So it's just below 6,000 feet, but it still might be a ranked 5,000 footer, I'm not sure. Only a couple minutes off the trail. Right now I'm looking straight at Pilot Mountain and can't really see Looking Glass Rock in this direction, but you can hear the Blue Ridge Parkway quite a few hundred feet below. These cliffs are really impressive on this stretch. This is actually Chestnut Bald right there, which is the 6,000 footer I'm about to go off trail to. It's pretty easy. Still got a really awesome cloud inversion layer in the southwestern Pisgah Ranger District towards Panthertown Valley. So I'm about to head down there in this little saddle and go up Chestnut Bald. Yeah, these are really awesome cliffs. Too bad the cars are a constant whir down below. At the summit of Chestnut Bald, it only took a few minutes to get up here. There's actually two pretty obvious usage paths with some flagging tape periodically directly from the Mountains to Sea Trail, where there's a cliff overlook. So it's really easy to get up here. This is unofficially listed as 6,020 feet, but the contour is at the 6,000 foot contour. And there's a lot of confusion sometimes when people can't find a reliable USGS survey. So usually in these situations, as you've heard me describe before, This peak is 6,000 plus. So you'll see that a lot on Peak Bagger and List of John. When you don't have the exact elevation, you just say the contour plus, and that's a rough estimate. Anyways, this is the lowest elevation peak on the list of 40 for South Beyond 6,000, and it's my 27th out of 40. So I'm getting there, and I should have 2 more today after this. I thought it'd be a good time to bust out the map since I took a stop on Chestnut Bald and I don't have any sunlight glare to deal with at the moment. This is the Shining Rock and Middle Prong Wildernesses map that I used last week. I parked at the exact same spot on Black Balsam Knob Rd and took the Mountains to Sea Trail. And right where this junction is are the cliffs of Silvermine Bald, where there's great views. And this unnamed peak right here is Chestnut Bald, where I'm currently at. I'm going to backtrack down to the trail and take the Little Sam Trail, which I've never taken before. You know, if I had more time today, if I wasn't doing a second loop, I would do a mile out and back to get Devil's Courthouse. But I'll just try to shorten this up and take the Flat Laurel Creek Trail to the Sam Knob Trail, up to Sam Knob, back down to the parking lot, and then take the Art Loeb Connector Trail, which isn't on this map, but it's on the Pisgah National Geographic map, up to Black Balsam Knob, and then back to the parking lot there. And after that, I'll go on to my next hike. But this is roughly 7.5 miles. If you wanted to add Devil's Courthouse, it'd probably be 8.5. If you want to skip Sam Knob and take the Flat Laurel Creek Trail, then that'd probably be about 5.5. So there's a lot of options here. Heading north on the Little Sam Trail, one which I've never been on before. It's pretty nice and flat for the most part, as it drops gradually, very gradually, towards Flat Laurel Creek. Hasn't been many views, but I am getting occasional views through the trees like this to the west. But it's a very pleasant trail, and it's pretty crazy how many cars were up at Black Balsam Knob. There's a madhouse up there at 10 in the morning, and if you go west like I did, I've only seen 3 people so far. Pretty nice. I'm really enjoying this trail. High on the plateau. It's a nice open section here. Probably been clear cut. I've been noticing quite a few giant rusty cables along the trail, which leads me to believe this used to have a railroad, or at minimum, lots of logging operations. I'm not sure if this is Flat Laurel Creek or a tributary, because there's no name for it on the map at the forks, but it's a nice, beautiful little creek. Beginning the Sam Knob Trail, which immediately rock hops Flat Laurel Creek. Beautiful creek for this elevation. And there's my next destination. looking at the north peak of Sam Knob. Now I'm on the much grassier south peak. Beautiful spot for hanging out. Nice in-your-face view of Chestnut Bald and Devil's Courthouse. And Mount Hardy, the biggest peak straight ahead. Round Butt Bald, or Rough Butt Bald. And Green Knob, and then Richland Balsam. On the south peak of Sam Knob, looking towards Cold Mountain, Shining Rock, Grassy Cove Top. Tennent Mountain is that bump. Black Balsam Knob. The Flat Laurel Creek bowl or headwaters. Chestnut Bald and Devil's Courthouse. Beautiful. Yeah, we are. We're halfway. So like instead of we started talking here. We stayed on for half an hour.
That's why I brought it. Please take the weight off.
All right, everyone. Finished my hike. It was utter mayhem on Black Balsam Knob Road with people parking all around my car, people getting in and out. So I got in, got the hell out of there, and drove to my second hike location. The hike ended up being around 8.1 miles, which was about half mile longer than I calculated. And it took me about 4 hours and 15 minutes, mainly because I stopped a lot. Really beautiful hike. The highlight of that hike is definitely Sam Knob. Black Balsam Knob is far more crowded. It had about 50 or 60 people up top and a train of people going and coming the whole time I was up there. And the parking lots were just chaos. I think it just takes away the enjoyment a little. And I think Sam Knob's a more interesting peak, honestly. You've got the north and the south peak, you've got different views, and it was way less crowded, which is kind of weird because it's the same parking area and it's a pretty easy hike. But overall, it's a great hike. That's the seasonal hike of the version I did in February this winter, which I started on Highway 215. Black Balsam Knob Road and the Blue Ridge Parkway on this stretch is typically closed all winter. So if you're trying to do this in the upcoming months, you can check out my older video and the Hiking Upward page. That hike is a little longer. I think it's 11 something miles, but it's not hard at all. Overall, it's a great day, and I'm about to get started on my second hike, which is peak bagging and mostly off trail. So hope you enjoy this video and check out my next one.